yes, highly recommend. Drop the instrumentals. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hallie, and today I will be reading all the notes that I jotted down while listening to Inhaler's debut album. It won't always be like this. I know it's kind of weird to write on paper in 2021, but here we are. Now, before we start, we need to have a moment of silence. Or we have to move on, because it's my favorite song. And it did make it, but we have to move on. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of bad jokes, so I know. It didn't even probably register as a joke. Okay, I'm serious though. I love that song. Okay, before I start, I have to say, in my opinion, if you were to read this album like a book, I think that it would take you to a very dark place. This is sneaky sad. In the very first song, it won't always be like this. I wrote, it won't be like this, carrot always. My notes are a total mess. But the lyrics are I'll be dead, we'll be dead, it won't always be like this. And I'm like, yes. Constant reminder of death. Just what we need. But other than that, I get the effect that it's supposed to have. I thought it was a great opener. I loved the synth 80s intro to the song. I actually really love the music video, so go watch that if you haven't. But definitely the guitar stood out to me. I think that's Josh. I loved the chorus, the pre-chorus, the solo, so it's the entire song. And I was really impressed by the vocals. The vocals were unique. I just love Eli's vocal style, and I really liked how the vocals were produced. It's not not too much. It's not overproduced. I was really impressed by that. It was a great way to start off the album. And I had heard that song before. I've heard My Honest Face, Cheer Up Baby, When It Breaks, Who's Your Money On, and Totally came out. They've released just a few days before the whole album, but the other songs, My Honest Face, I've been listening to since 2019, because that was the very first song I heard by them, and I'd listened to My Honest Face a bajillion times, so I loved it right away. I think my favorite part is the bass, so I think that's Rob. Is it Rob or Bob or I don't know which name to use. Let me know in the comments. And the bass really carried the song. And of course, I'm gonna say this for every song, I love the guitar. So it really stood out to me. But actually, I play the bass very badly, and I've been playing guitar for 2 weeks now. So it's rough right now. But anyway, this isn't about me. I really loved Ryan's drumming, and I really like how the energy built up from the drum roll into the very final section where Eli sings, I wanna. And that part of throughout the whole song, but especially at the end when the energy is building up, it really makes me want to dance at the end. So I really love that. And the next song is Slide Out the Window. And to slide, you need to be smooth. Which is what this song was, very smooth. That was the lamest thing that I wrote down. You have to be smooth to slide. So, it was really relaxing. I loved the funky bass. I think I heard some complex harmonies. I'd love to know if you guys know who was singing. If they all sing, who sings. I think the song is really listenable. Out of the newer songs that I hadn't heard before the album came out, I've already listened to it right before this video, and I was playing it a lot, and I added it to my chill out playlist. I love the vocals, and I was really impressed by Eli's high note on the line "To the Morning," and I was like, wow, that's some good range. So I was very impressed. Next is Cheer Up Baby, which is a Twice song if you don't know K-pop, if you're not a once. Anyway, this song really did cheer me up. So, it was very comforting after hearing lyrics like, "Gonna get you whacked" in My Honest Face. So I really enjoyed those lyrics. I love the imagery that made me think of being like under the covers at home and being relaxed. And yeah, put you in a good place. So very comforting song. And I wrote guitar solo ! So I guess that's for Josh again. I had like all the songs I wrote guitar ! I always like notice that. I love the solo and A Night on the Floor. Now, this is part of the video where I say it might just be me having a dirty mind, like that I'm misinterpreting the song, but I wrote the lyrics were spicy, very sultry. I don't know. My mind could just be in the gutter, but lyrics aside, I love the production of the song, and I wrote, "Your producers don't get paid enough!" ! And I was just blown away by the production, and I loved the slide guitar. But I really need to see this live because I've seen a lot of guitar solos messed up in concerts. I have full faith in them to pull this off, but I just want to see it with my own eyes. But to see them live, I'd actually need a job and like money first. So, you know, I'm getting ahead of myself. But I love the slide guitar, but they missed a perfect opportunity to have slide out the window. It was a perfect setup. It could have worked perfectly, but it's okay. Now, My King Will Be Kind. I've never heard the song before. The album came out, so I wrote strong words. I was like, oh. But you know, I got used to it. And I just loved how the acoustic guitar contrasted with the rest of the song, but the bass line especially stood out to me. Now this instrumental and the instrumental for Who's Your Money On, I would probably listen to those instrumentals the most. Drop the instrumentals. I would listen to it without the vocals. Like it was that good. But yeah, the lyrics were like a slap in the face, and then when it breaks, started, and it was like another slap in the face because it's so much energy. So I kind of got like whiplash. So my only change for this whole album would be taking Totally and moving it up after My King Will Be Kind and before When It Breaks, because then I have enough time to like take a deep breath after My King Will Be Kind, and then we get into the high energy of When It Breaks, because it's like a lot going on, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like listening to it. But Josh's part, I heard Josh in an interview I listened to earlier. He did the demo for the song, so I was super impressed by the guitar and the intros and outros. But it reminded me of Animals by Neon Trees. Like, but I actually don't like that song, so When It Breaks is way better. So I really love the lyrics. You don't know what you got till it's taken away, because it's so insightful. It's really important thing for people to remember. And I love that Bowie changing reference. And I wrote Paris in 45 ? Like, can they time travel? And then statues down in every town ? What do you know that I don't know? Like, do they have some information? So I don't know. But anyway, I love this song. After that is Who's Your Money On. I love this song. I loved the intro. I love the slap bass. You really, really need like headphones like these to like listen to and get the full effect of the bass in its entirety. So, Rob presume. And the vocals, I wrote impressive, circled it, and I was just like blown away by the vocals. And I love the synth and rhythm of this piece. I was like, very 80s. So I wrote, who influences? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And in the interviews I watched earlier today, they said like the Stone Roses and like The Cure. So yeah, I definitely hear that. And then when the tempo change happens and I start to hear like the song slow down, I got like a lot of dream pop vibes. So that reminds me of, you know, the Fade Into You cover that they released. So I totally love dream pop and like hear that like heavy dream pop influence. So I loved that piece. And I totally love I think this is Rob's like a demo that he made, and like I was listening to the track by track interviews earlier today, and then I noticed the line when I asked for a smoke. So now I know why they're called inhaler. Okay, that was a bad joke. Anyway, I just love the vocals, and I heard in that interview Eli said the vocals are really hard to sing, but when he sings Hurt Me, I like really felt the emotion. In Hurt Me, I felt the hurt. So it like, the payoff was really good. I wrote lead guitar, exclamation point. The song as a whole gave me old-timey vibes, like very old soul sort of sound that's beyond their years, even though I'm like the same age. So I don't have authority on that, but so totally love totally. Next is Strange Time. I have no notes on that because I looked down at my paper, I looked up, and the song was over, and I didn't write anything because it's like an interlude. But I did really love the song. I think this is one of Rob did the demo for it, and I love the raw, real vibes of the song, and I love how it's not over-processed and it's very organic for what it is. And it's a great transition into In My Sleep. And they said like Thin Lizzy sort of inspired it, so I get the synths that always remind me of the like 70s and 80s. And they also said, so I wrote I love the guitar, exclamation mark. I wrote that in like every song, and I think the bass really carries you through the song, and I paid special attention to the bass line. I really like that. And I don't know how to say it, but they said the uilleann pipes, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, were the instruments that they featured. I couldn't really hear it, or I couldn't identify it because I've only heard it once, so if I listen to it again, I'm sure I'll be able to hear it. But I really like the diversity of instruments, and I like how they included the music they're hearing in their communities. So I really enjoyed that track, and the song really resolved and had a satisfying end. So I totally get why they put it at the end of the album. So my thoughts of the album as a whole, I think this is beyond their years. Now I could tell that they had help making this album, but it's a good thing because, as my sister says, if there's more people involved, more people win, so that's always a good thing. I love the lyrics. I thought they were very mature, insightful, observant. So all around, yes, highly recommend. Please. Really looking forward to what Inhaler has next, and make sure you stream their music. I'm a really critical person, and I had really nothing bad to say, so super impressed. You can listen to my badly self-produced music. The link is below. I'm like trying to teach myself how to make music. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, life's not out to get you. Is it uilleann pipes?